The House of Cartier on YouTube, underground a little bit. I just feel ever since I've been on YouTube, it's almost a sin to talk about Cartier. I don't know if their releases aren't sexy enough, or the bottles aren't cute enough for fragrance reviewers to talk about them. I'm a huge advocate. I love the House of Cartier. I own several from the brand. Déclaration's lineup's great. Roadster, Pasha, to name a few. Eau de Cartier, I own a few of them. And we're going to talk about Eau de Cartier today. Cartier just doesn't get the love. Well, this one right here, Eau de Cartier Zeste de Soleil. I'm going to take the word zest from that title, and I'm going to throw it at you just because zesty is the theme with this release. If you want a zesty citrus, park your butt, grab some popcorn, listen to Robes 08 because I'm going to talk about a zesty introduction with some citruses here. One of the best citrus openings in the game. Let's go. Fragrance family, welcome to the Robe 08 channel. I'm your host, Mark. This series of Taking a Test Drive is where I test drive a scent through a sample. I wear this scent as much as the sample lets me. It's my scent of the day today. I'm living with it. And I'm going to give you as much detail as I can and give you my final thoughts. And if I'm going to be purchasing a full bottle of this stuff, am I going to get another sample? Or is it just a full-blown pass? If you're new here, thanks for watching. Subscribe to support the channel. Hit that bell. Every time you hit that bell, I may sample another Cartier release. I'm also all over social media under Robes 08, my YouTube handle. You can keep tabs on me with some behind the scenes stuff, including scent of the day posts on Instagram, new purchases. I'll post that on Facebook, and what I'm working on the channel. Now, if you have a Facebook account, yes, you can follow yours truly on my page, but you can hop over to my group, which is called Fragrance Guru Nation, where we're up to 18,000 members, where we discuss fragrances, new releases. Members do buy, sell, swap fragrances, split fragrances. You discover new YouTubers. They post their new videos on FGN. You obviously get a lot of information in our fragrance game. So great source of information if you're in this hobby like I am. So come join us today. Come join the party on FGN. Now on to today's video, as the title suggests, it's not a secret to all of you. I'm taking a test drive of Eau de Cartier. So it's the Eau de Cartier series, but this is a flanker to it, which is called Zeste de Soleil. Zeste de Soleil really just makes me think of, obviously soleil is sun, and zest just makes me think of grapefruit, citrus, something that is zesty. That's what I'm thinking of with this one. And and I'm making this face because, does it deliver? But it is a flanker, and I actually really like the flankers of Eau de Cartier. Now let's take a look under the hood with this one, with some stats on this one. Release date was back in 2013. Concentrations eau de toilette. Now one thing to note, this one is discontinued. It was I believe it was a limited release for Cartier. So this is one of those that you can't just go to Macy's and go check it out. No, it's not there. You're gonna have to go on eBay. Very hard to find on Fragrance Buy, Fragrance X, and Fragrance Net and stuff like that. So you're gonna have to do your research to find a bottle of this. But most of them online, they're hard to find. But most of them, when you do find them online, they're under $100. So that's a good thing, especially on eBay when you just put in the search and you just keep it, and it just gives you emails when things pop up. This one pops up from time to time, and it's one of those, I wouldn't say hidden gems, but kind of is. And I'm gonna get to tell you guys how I discovered this fragrance, because it was a unique thing, and it's a great thing about this community. It was actually a fellow fragrance reviewer came to see me. We just started testing fragrances, and this is me. Like, I'm 12 years on this YouTube channel. I've been into fragrances for well over 25 years, 20 years. And the great thing about it is to continue to discover and enjoy your hobby. And this is one of those. This is proof in the pudding. Now, the major notes to my nose with this particular fragrance, some great notes here. Yuzu, think you see Miyake. Passion fruit, a unique fruity tinge to a fragrance. And one of my favorite notes of all time, mint. This thing is going to be up uplifting. So my day with the scent. So I've drained this thing. This is obviously an official sample. I don't know how I got this sample, to be quite honest. I don't know if I purchased a bunch of stuff and this came in. It might have been Chad that gave me a sample. So again, this is my scent of the day. I'm just going to pepper the back of my hand. One for you guys, just to drain the sample. She gone. So from first sniff, summer's in the air. Summer in a bottle, sparkling, zesty, cold, refreshing. On a hot day, a cold beer is best, right? Anybody that says that, you know what I'm talking about. This is your cold beer. It really invigorates my skin. Like, it really is cooling. This is one right away, right after the gym, or I'm going outside to do some sports, you know, maybe going to throw out the Frisbee, going to play baseball, basketball, something like that, or just going for a plain walk. This thing's gonna glisten off my skin during the hot heat. I'll even put this scent actually in my wine cooler. This is one of those that I would put in my wine cooler overnight so that I can spray it on in the morning, and it's gonna be a cooling mist. It just goes well with it. So let's start describing this scent from the opening. Now, off the bat, Zeste de Soleil, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's very, and I mean very few citrus-based openings in the game right now, designer and niche, that will blow me away in the citrus genre. Orange, grapefruit, lemon, lime, whatever. What kind of zest you want to tell me? There is, I could probably name them off my two hands here, on my fingers. That's it. There's a lot of fake grapefruit, lemon, lime, that kind of stuff. You gotta give me that zest, that sparkle, that watery feel, that uplifting feel. Not too many fragrances do that. I can think on top of my head right now, Pomelo Paradis by Atelier Cologne does that. Great grapefruit. Pamplemousse from Guerlain, great grapefruit. Those are fragrances that have that zest. This one, she did it. Issey Miyake Summer 2009 also has that zest. Now, talking about Issey Miyake, the yuzu in here, it's got yuzu. Think Issey Miyake, it's got it. Now, the yuzu itself, great in this scent. Really well represented. Think Issey Miyake, 100%. It's on par, and a lot of scents can't replicate what Issey Miyake does with their yuzu note. They did it here. It really is going to live throughout the life of this fragrance too. It sticks around. That is paired with a passion fruit, a great passion fruit note, very unique note, fruity note in a fragrance, but very well constructed in this particular scent with a minty freshness. Obviously giving it its mentholated feel to the fragrance. It's just an uplifting overload here. It really feels like all three of those notes, like yuzu, when done right, will give you that great feel to the fragrance. Uplifting, a thinness that you want to get. Mint, same thing, mentholated feel to the fragrance. This one does it too. And with the passion fruit, well orchestrated in this opening. This is one of the better citrus openings I've smelt in a long while, especially new to my collection. Now, recall when fellow fragrance reviewer Chad from A Gentleman's Journey, what up Chad, brought like a dozen bottles to me to sniff, niche and designer, and I sniffed them one by one. This is the one that resonated with me. It was love at first sniff. It actually, he told me to put them in order. I put that one as my number one. He was really, he thought I was gonna go niche, because you know, but no, he does have video proof, so you can go on his channel and go check out. We had a video together. The opening of this passion fruit shows its tropical fruity qualities with a zesty grapefruit tinge, a mango-like quality, very tropical feeling, but at the same time very zesty. I like that combo. The natural authenticity of these notes really resounds with me in the opening. The quality is only matched by a few designer scents that I can name off probably on one hand. It really is a outstanding opening. There's nothing synthetic here. There's nothing alcohol based. There's nothing that smells like a fake orange or a fake passion fruit. Yeah, this thing really is outstanding in the opening. Now I did notice that after the super bright and excellent, thin opening, it started to thicken out just a little bit with an almost powdery, creamy quality here with a lightly thin woody backbone. The yuzu shows more of its qualities here. The mint kind of takes a step down, the passion fruit takes a step down, and then the yuzu comes up, and it shows that isi miyake pour homme type of feel to the fragrance, to be quite honest. It shows a lot of that in the heart. Now, more into the heart, of course, this scent is actually running on fumes. I've worn this 3 times on my skin, and I was kind of hoping for better projection longevity, and I'm going to get to that. But I just felt like, whoa, this thing does not last. It really doesn't. It was running on fumes, to be quite honest, and I couldn't really give you guys a great video here in regards to what it gives me in the backbone. It gives me a mild powdery aspect, like I said, with a mild woody tone, while the passion fruit is kind of hanging on for dear life, to be quite honest, as it continues slowly to lose its sparkle from the opening. So we all have to thank the Lord about the yuzu in this particular scent, because without it, this thing would have zero personality after 1 or 2 hours. The yuzu is the thing that gives it a little personality, with that really thin woody feel to it, and that little bit of that creamy powderiness to the fragrance. Not much to really talk about on the backbone and the back end of this fragrance. Overall, if you want a superstar opening and a thin scent, this will be your winner. Just don't think it's going to develop that much nor last on your skin. Again, everybody's skin's different. Personally, for me, I don't put a lot of emphasis on fragrance reviews on their projection and longevity. Either they steal it from Fragrantica, whatever, or they don't test it enough. And again, with me, I haven't tested this enough that I'm not going to give you, hardcore facts of what I'm getting. But once I do a full-fledged fragrance review, you guys are going to know hardcore what I felt about the projection longevity on this one, and I'll let you know if it's a dud or not. But that opening is kind of hard to ignore, to be like, this is I just can't ignore the opening. It's so good. Now let's get into the Revolver. Let's take a look at Seasons, Day Night, performance, and of course versatility. So let's start with Seasons. This is such a thin of a scent that I can only see myself wearing this. And I think it's going to do really well in the high humidity type of hot summer, day or night, doesn't matter. But I feel like spring and summers, that's it. Unless you just want to pick me up during the day, after the gym, this could be your gym type scent. I could see that. Day or night, I feel like this is more of a daily wear scent than a nighttime scent. I think that this is just daytime, honestly. Versatility, kind of below average. First of all, I just feel like, and I'm going to get to performance just next, I just feel like a lot of things tie this one down as far as the versatility of it. Usually thin scents are very versatile, but this one I feel like more casual use, after the gym, and just a refresher. Some days it's just really hot out and you don't really want to wear fragrance. This is going to be one of those. Performance. That's where it gets a big dip from me, the Big Dipper. Longevity was 2 to 4 hours, which I don't even recall the last time I've done a video like this, a video on my channel, and I don't even think I've done one this year that the longevity was that bad, 2 to 4 hours. It's bad. Projection, low. Poor, very poor performer, like one of the worst that I've encountered this year. Again, that's not the end of the story. Now, a lot of you are just gonna click off now and just say, poor performer, not worth it. Other frag heads like me will be like, okay, maybe I do need something like a pick-me-up like this, and an opening like that. I can't ignore this opening. So as far as my outro or how I feel about this fragrance now, I'm gonna get rid of this. Overall, one of the best citrus, sharp openings, bright openings in the game, hands down. I'm gonna give Cartier their props here. Backbone sucks. It makes Pomelo Paradis, which doesn't have much of a backbone, look like a freaking superstar. That's all you're getting out of this fragrance, is a great opening. It has hardly any backbone. The performance is weak. And I'm gonna cheat here a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I did ask right after I was done with Chad, this fragrance has been on my radar for a long time. I asked my splitter to split this fragrance. So yes, I got a bottle. You guys are going to see this in an upcoming haul. But I got a 100 ml bottle, got split. I got half the juice, 50 mils. Probably not going to last me too long because I'm going to spray a lot of this fragrance. But this intro, like I said, is so good that I really couldn't ignore it, and I had to have this in my collection, especially how scarce it's getting. I felt like this is one of the standouts from the House of Cartier. So yes, I got a bottle. Just because I could afford getting a scent like this with such an amazing opening with performance issues. I can find ways of utilizing a scent like this, and I do want scents like these. These types of openings are very rare. And, you know, I've been in the game long enough that I know when I smell an amazing opening, this is one of those. I was blown away. I kind of wish it had more oomph, a little more of a backing. A winner, I think, personally, in hot, humid weather, I think it's going to be, that's where it's going to shine. But it does remind me of some of the better warm weather fragrances in the game, like a Pomelo Paradis from Atelier to Issey Miyake summer editions. This is where this thing goes into, which is very good company as far as the citrus game goes. Those are some of the best, actually the best in the game. So now if I have to give this a score off the little sample, I currently would give this a 7 bottles out of 10. And before you start laughing, yes, it's a little bit of an inflated score because that opening's a freaking 10. I absolutely love it. That opening's a hard 10, by the way. An amazing citrus opening. I just wish it had more life. Perhaps with more testing, I'm going to find something out of it. We are going to get a pop the cherry on this. We are also going to get a full-fledged review on the Revolver channel because I'm going to give it a chance. But that opening is hard to ignore, and it gets a high 7. Without that opening, this would be a very subpar release. I think it would be more down to a 4 out of 10, to be quite honest. You lose that opening, you lose me. So a great opening, 7 bottles out of 10. So there you have it. My thoughts on Eau de Cartier Zeste de Soleil. Bottle worthy for me. Now that you heard my take, love to see your comments down below. Good, bad, and the ugly. I'd love to hear your take. Talk about, if you got nothing to say about this particular fragrance, I'd like you guys to comment about the House of Cartier. What are jewels that you think is an underappreciated house? I want to get more in my collection. This is, of course, one of many that I want to get from the House of Cartier. But this is a solid summer release that I can't wait to wear more and more now in the really hot days. That's where I'm going to test it. When I got a hot, humid day here, I know which bottle I'm going to be looking at. As always, a great or poor fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good